Okay, so having your son, your first child, that was your turning point.
Yep.
Okay.
3 weeks later, after he was born, I had a real estate license for the state of Florida.
So being in real estate, is that something you already knew you was destined to do, or that was just something that popped up along your journey?
Well,
Like, I remember you saying moving to Florida, your parents, people who you seen didn't have no job. You just seen them always working on houses or doing this and that.
what? Oh, I thought that was the turning point. But really, the turning point is when you know how you're on a roller coaster and you go all the way up.
So the turning point. The turning point. You had your son. You at the post office. You think you at the top of the mountain right now, or you knew it was more, or you
I
wanted
thought working at that job, I was gonna be at the top of the mountain.
more, and you realized it wasn't it.
That wasn't the right way.
It wasn't the right way.
Cause soon as you, even if you do work and do great and deliver everything accurate, 100% report, 100%.
They still gonna step on you.
Yeah, you still, either way, is no peak. Like, you gonna work here 40 hours, you gonna get some money, you gonna pay some bills, you gonna get a couple weeks off vacation for a year, and it's gonna be like this. But I'm like, all right.
You got time.
I'm like,
cycle.
yeah, when we gonna go upside down?
You got time.
When we gonna
cycle.
twist? It's
Right.
just like, and then eventually, you know, when you gonna figure it out, boom.
On the way down, when you about to crash rock bottom.
And that's when you figure it out.
But you wouldn't say you crashed or hit rock bottom.
No, I wouldn't. But I could, not saying even close to crashing, but when you realize, all right, you look around, this is probably gonna be me in 30, 20 years, right there, over there, right there. Nah, bro, that ain't me.
So where did you see yourself while you was working at the post office? What was your foresight 20, 30 years? Who was George in 30 years?
In 30 years, oh man, George be like, he just a businessman.
Straight business.
Straight businessman, and he worked for God.
Not focusing on one thing, just
Nah,
whatever.
I ain't focusing on nothing but myself and my family.
Okay, so whatever God throws at
Yeah,
you,
that's
take
it.
around.
That's it.
Okay.
Nope, not people.
So is that like the key? Like focusing on what God wants you to do and focusing on yourself, is that the key?
Part of it, because that's the spiritual side. But at the same time, you gotta almost put yourself in a box so you can get to know yourself. You can hear the inner voices. You know what I mean? If you always say we was playing real fast right now.
Right.
You ain't making the right move because you ain't thinking about it.
Right.
So you gotta take your time. You know what I mean? And be like you need to spend time by yourself. That's the key.
For sure.
Because people get caught up in that rat race, and that's what is taking up all your time. And guess what it's called?
What is it?
Low quality hours. That's like me paying you right now $20 an hour. All I want you to do is fill up the bucket of water and pour it out. Right there in that spot. I'm gonna give you $20 an hour. Some people might be like, shoot, I'll do it. But just think of what you doing tomorrow? I gotta go to work. Oh, what you do? I'll pour water on the ground. Like, you ain't clear no grounds. All you do is pour water in this one spot.
I understand that.
You ain't make no progress in nobody's life. You ain't help Suzanne over there. You ain't help a kid with no shoes.
So that's how you figured it out. The key to moving forward is to helping others.
Yes.
Your spiritual walk with God. I heard you say, God gave you the plan, or it was God's calling for you to do such and such.
Right.
Without him, you make no movement.
You don't supposed to, but you know I'm human too. So, shoot, I might do something off, just thinking. But honestly, if I'm level-headed and I'm trying to be, you'll hear that. Oh no, don't even, just chill. Don't even do that, because if God ain't, That's what happened though. You'll start to feel yourself and think it's you. And that's when I ain't gonna say I think, but that's when if you start believing you the reason you where you at, you can believe that. But best believe, you some kind of spiritual, you got God helping you in some form or fashion,
Right.
whether you believe it or not.
Tell me a little bit about your life, though.
So, for the most part, I'm just, man, you can't ask me that question and then.
Boy.
Hey, I was like a setup. Ask me about your life. Oh, I'm finna take your life. I'm talking. Oh man, this dude out here crazy. This is like trying to play chess by hanging upside down on this Empire State Building. I guess. But yeah. I mean, you talking about like my life in general as an adult?
Yeah. Tell me about your life, like.
Yeah. So my life now, I realize that time is of the essence. Like, we here for a short period of time.
Okay.
So if you think about that, some people, I don't know, do you think about that?
We're here for a short period of time.
Yeah.
Time is of the essence.
Yes.
Right now, my thoughts on life. I move with purpose, with a purpose,
Right.
but at the same time, I can't move as fast as I want to move because I know things just don't happen overnight. So me is more of learning patience. So when you say time is of the essence, yes, I believe that, but at the same time, you can't rush to do anything because that's when you make a mistake. But you also can't just sit around and wait for life to happen to you. You do have to take steps. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. Nah, you're right. So that's when you ask me, do I do anything without God? That's that patience part. Because the man, I might want to do something now,
Right.
So it is. I mean, that's kind of like that's why I say, that's exactly why I say you need time, like waking up early in the morning.
Right.
Because then you can think clear. That's the time you like for that. If I'm in a situation where I'm like, this is the right decision, best believe I'm gonna get some time by my. That's why people meditate.
Right.
Because that's when you get answers.
Right.
But that's real. Like, I never believed that. That like meditation work or waking up early, going to bed early was like no benefit to success. That's the major part of success. Health, getting up early, eating right, reading, growing, being outdoors, by yourself, walking in nature. If you don't do all of them, you'll be off somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, say somebody just always stayed inside, never got outside nature. They can't have, like, they ain't saying nothing wrong with them, but you need nature, bro.
Yeah, you need interaction.
Yes. So that's why when I'm like, I'm going on trips in nature or staying on the farm, it's because with like right now, I take cold showers probably 3 to 4 times a week. Even though we're in Florida, it's hot, but still, it's just like.
You're getting a little personal, but I understand what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying, like, people, they get in like them ice baths like with Kevin Hart. You see that?
Right.
So why do they get in that cold water?
Cause they doing strenuous things and they trying to preserve their body. I understand what you're saying.
Well, I'm doing that come my thing.
Right.
Cause like, it's or the dude like in the book I read, he sleep on the floor or like I think a couple nights out the month or something like that. Just to, or not maybe every 6 months, sleep on the floor to remind yourself how blessed you are.
Right.
Some people complain about sleeping on the bed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I put things in perspective to that. Is my go? Or your go?
Yes, sir.
My go. But what's the solution?
Your solution.
No, what's the solution to you know, to like our people, like, you know, getting on the same playing field with the rest of the world?
For us to get on the same playing field with the rest of the world,
Like everybody.
you like it's easier said than done. The solution to everybody being on the same playing field, you first have to work as a team. It ain't no one person that can just conquer everything. It's all about team. Whether you think you did it by yourself or not, you didn't. You had somebody help you get to where you are. Somebody did something. That's how we conquer the world. Come together as one.
You're right. You're right. Because I think about it, even in the business, when our team working on one accord, everything is easier on everybody.
Right.
That's why it's so important. It's better to have I'd rather have a good team and a smaller business than a big business with a sloppy team. That makes sense? Like, the people are more important than the sales. To me, it seemed like.
Right. Do you think it's easy for people to come together and work as one?
It's easier than we make it. Because
But going through working with your business, doing this, that, and the third.
you saying, like, and that's the great part. If you got a good team working together, and I'm not talking about working together like I talk to you about this person, you talk to this person about this person, like, or we count the pocket, the money, or all that. I'm talking about a team that really see the big picture.
Right.
You got to see the big picture, you know. So
how do you get everybody to see the big picture? Some people are stubborn. Some people don't want to work together. Some people think they're better than the next. Some people think they got more than the next. How can you take the selfishness out of a person to get everybody on one accord? Because that's all it boils down to. Everybody is selfish. Nobody wants to work together.
right, it's one word: trust.
Trust.
Yeah, we gotta be able to trust each other. You know what I mean?
But you say trust, but I'm not saying that I agree or disagree. I'm just throwing out these scenarios.
Right.
You could be done growed up with a person and they just still don't think this is the way to go, even though it's been proven time and time again.
This is the way to go.
This is it.
So that's when you gotta trust that inner, instinct. Like that's you already know the answer. It's like why we even talking about it? You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like cause I'm thinking back, like this was my conversation every day after work, Lil.
Right.
At work, soon as we get back in the office, I'm a mailman at the time. Hey man, I seen a house over there, duplex, they only asking $60,000 for it, $7,000 for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, first people. Man, that house been sitting there for 20 years. That house need a bunch of work. I wouldn't give them $10 for that house.
Right.
That was because I didn't trust that inner instinct. My inner instinct was like, man, go buy that.
Right.
But I didn't have the muscle to overcome the naysayers.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you saying, how do you get people to trust each other?
Right. How do you get everybody to trust each other so we can conquer this one thing together, and the one thing that we conquer together is going to set us straight.
Yeah, it's the hard truth. Everybody got to know their role.
Everybody got to know their role.
You got to know your role. You know what I mean? You got to, because, like, if I think about a car, what's the most important part?
The engine.
Gotta have an engine. But that engine need the wheels.
Right.
The wheels need the horn in case somebody finna hit us.
Right. So you got to think about everything.
Exactly,
But
bro.
one person shouldn't be thinking about everything.
Exactly.
So that's why you say everybody need to know their role.
Bro, yeah. If I'm shooting a movie, I know I need a film writer.
Right.
I need a videographer.
Right.
You know what I mean? I need a theater to put these places out when it's done.
Right.
So you already know what you need. We already know what we need. You building a house, you get material list, you know what you need.
You just got to trust everybody to do their part.
A plan without a plan is a planning to fail.
Say it again.
Listen, let me say this to the camera. If you did not plan, you're planning to fail.
Due diligence.
Yes, bro.
Due diligence.
Every time. No matter what he or she say, always double verify. Verify. I heard you, but verify.